Today we're taking a look at the AOC GH300 Gaming Headset, and if you saw my previous video about an ultra-budget gaming computer setup, you'll see that I had a pair of headphones from Five Below that just did not last and that I needed to replace them. I mentioned this ultra-budget project to Newegg and they said, hey, I think we've got a $20 headset that'll really impress you, so they sent me this one, so let's get this thing unboxed and take a look. But first, let's take a look at the back here, where it mentions having a detachable microphone, virtual 7.1 surround sound, which we'll have to check out the drivers to see how that works, as well as customizable RGB lighting. Alright, let's go ahead and pop this box open now. I was happy to see that this used a braided cable. It just matches more of what I've got here, and I like how this looks like a smiley face for the volume control knob. Pulling out the headset, I was actually really happy to see that the arms holding the headphones on are actually some kind of metal alloy, which is nice, and then it's got the detachable microphone here that's locked in place currently. We're going to go ahead and install the audio drivers that we need to get some of the features that were mentioned on the box going, and bam, there they are. For the people who like to tweak their audio, you've got plenty of options here. You can change your sample rates, your bit rates, you can even enable that 7.1 virtual surround sound. When I was running the test, it seemed to work pretty well where all the locations were as it was testing, behind me, in front of me, next to me, in the corners as well. For those that want to tweak the style, you can go ahead and go into the lighting section here, change it to whatever color you want, and once you click apply, it should instantly apply to the headphones, as you'll see here. On the volume knob here, you can also adjust the microphone to turn off and on, turn on the LED or turn it off, as well as there's a mute button on the sides. You'll see I've turned off the LED here, turned it back on, and you can see me muting and unmuting the microphone. Now let's get to testing the headphones and the microphone. I started off with Resident Evil 4 Remake for some audio testing there to see how this would sound, playing some Mercenaries where there's just a bunch going on, and yeah, I could hear the villagers behind me, next to me, gun sounds sounded fantastic, and really nothing was missing as far as I could tell when it came to the audio. I then went into Counter-Strike 2, where hearing footsteps is a super important part of the game, and you need to have a good headset to know which direction they're coming from, and it was able to help me find some people sneaking up mid. Also did some music tests with Billie Jean by Michael Jackson and Under a Glass Moon by Dream Theater, and everything sounded as full as it should. Alright, and we're going to start using the microphone that's built into the AOC GH300s here, so you can hear how that sounds. I feel like it's definitely got a little bit more of a, I wouldn't say muffled, but a tighter sound in that it doesn't sound like it's going to pick up much from the outside here. So we're going to do a snap test. We're going to go to the right, going to go to the left, and then we're going to go behind me and see how that sounds compared to the HyperX that we're going to use now, which we're going to switch to in real time. So this is the AOCs, and now we are on the HyperX Quadcast here, and again, you can see that this one's got more of a full sound, like you can pick up a bit more of what's going on when I'm talking. We'll do the snap test again. So you can see the difference of what's going to be picked up. I do have to say, though, I'm pretty impressed with these so far, the AOCs here. And we'll go back to them now. And I think it sounds good, especially for a $20 headset. For those of us who do want to use a standalone microphone and only want these for the headphones, then you can just unscrew this here. And it's got a good hold on it, not going to lie. Once it's unscrewed, you can pull it off and you're set. You just pop it back in the same way. And you have to make sure it's turned. And then you turn it. And you're locked in and loaded, baby. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, I also know some people are going to ask. I tested this on the PlayStation 5, and yep, it worked no problem. Once I was logged into my account, audio came right through these, and I had no problems using them. It does not work for Xbox, because these are not Xbox, certified headphones. Apparently, those are the only ones that are actually approved for USB use, so you have to use those, or your standard 3.5 inside the controller. Fun fact. Thanks, Microsoft. So yeah, I have to say, overall, this is a pretty solid headset here for just about 20 bucks. You've got a pretty solid mic, all things considered. The headphones sound really, really good. There's fun little, lights that you can edit here, and I like that you can disable the microphone and make sure that you know it's actually disabled by pressing the button. And you see that light turn on. That's a nice little feature. The only thing I really have a knock against it is how big this is, this little volume knob. I like it, but I wish it was further down line so I could permanently affix it to a desk or something like that. Otherwise, it's just kind of, I don't know, it's kind of bulky, but that's not the worst thing that could happen with a headset like this. So let me know what your thoughts are, and if this is something that you'd be picking up. I think for this budget build, returning those $5 headphones and putting $15 more towards a headset like this is paying way more dividends. Let me know your thoughts. Cheers.